Excuse me. I'd rather give my heart and eyes instead. This feels wrong. I struggle to find a reason to do that. To ring the bell would be useless. She's right behind the desk. White and red squares, a Croatian version of the chessboard.
Step outside and stay there. I won't open that door again.
I'm no expert, but I'm pretty confident this is a 15th century map of Europe. Everything in this town revolves around that troubling period of human history. Excuse me. I should contemplate more about this decision. That's a strange notion. I struggle to find a reason to do that. It's not going to work. This feels wrong. This feels wrong. It's a weapon.
And it's not that special or rare in this valley. But I've never had a chance to hold one in my own hands. Give it to me. Yes, it's mine now. It's my turn to inflict pain on God's behalf. Anything else?
The crucifix should be enough.
To take a look at the painting, sure, it is. But if you want to take it with you, you'll have to do better than that.
Nikolay, do you have anything for Elisabetta? I have nothing else.
I might. I have to check. Nerman wants it, which means I need it. I need it to protect myself and save my wife. I'd rather die. Sekvra stays with me.
Have something for me?
Just a moment. Nerman wants it, which means I need it. She's been following me since the island. I'm glad she did. I feel safer with her around.
Have something for me?
I changed my mind. I have nothing to give you.
So it's only the crucifix.
Wait here. Take a look.
The moon is so domineering.
The Saborans believe the moon is under Kazak's control. He influences humans and oversees life. But if you ask me, he is a false god, as much as the moon is a false light. Whenever I glance at it from my window, I see the helm, or even better, the crown of evil. The point where Henna River surfaces and flows into the darkness of Carcassa. Now that you had a good look at the painting, what do you want to do with it?
I'm not sure yet.
Great. This seems like another complete waste of—
I think I know the reason. You are not the first person to come looking for it. When looked at upside down and at the right angle, you get to see...
It's the accursed symbol. How is this possible?
Why? We couldn't see this the other way around.
You're asking me too much. I know nothing of drawing techniques, or whatever the case is here.
This is a Saboran symbol. We've seen it many times in this valley.
Their most important symbol.
The three triangles are the three peaks of the mountain.
The dot in between the two peaks is the moon. Kazak.
And the line falling from the moon is the light that falls onto the lower peak, which casts a shadow on the location at the foot of the mountain.
What is that location?
A place of beauty and terror. Pepel.
Mostov mentioned the place. It's where the Inquisition carried out the executions.
If you are guilty or not, a Saboran or wrongfully denounced, destiny awaits you in this place. The executioner would bind your hands and feet and tie a weight around your neck. Then he would cast you into the Henna's spring. If the person was accused of something else other than witchcraft, he would have been torched at the stake immediately.
What would happen to the person cast into the spring?
If the accused sank, they were considered a Saboran, whereas if they floated, indicated witchcraft. In both cases, they were torched alive after the ordeal, like the rest of the accused, and their ashes thrown into the river.
History books say differently. Those who sank were considered innocent.
Not in this valley. If they sank, it meant they embraced Henna, the water that bleeds out from the very uterus of the accursed mountain. When here, forget about the rest of the world and their ways of performing anything, including the water ordeal.
The detective said Saborans were executed at the castle in the past.
Not just the Saborans. The Inquisition built a road that descended from the castle directly to Pepel, called by the locals Putlesheva, which stands for the Road of Cadavers.
How can we find that road?
You can't. The forest devoured it centuries ago.
Who else asked you about the painting?
Yakov Prenger.
You helped the priest?
My body and soul paid the price for refusing to help him.
What happened?
I was taken into the asylum, back when he was still the warden there. Well, not only the warden, but the executioner as well. He tortured me for months, maybe years, I couldn't say.
I'm sorry for what he did to you.
It's your fault. Why didn't you help the man? He was powerful. You knew what would happen.
I couldn't betray my only true friend, Vera. She's an angel. Vera begged me not to help him because if I did, she knew she would lose him forever. And eventually she did. But her life is a spiral of continuous sadness and sorrow. I just couldn't accept giving her the last stab.
So why is this symbol pointing out to Pepple?
It's pointing to the location you seek to enter the mountain.
The entrance is there?
How did you know we're looking for it?
That's the whole point of this painting.
It's a map.
What map?
The symbol is a map. It shows where the entrance is.
Correct. The symbol is so simple and common, and yet no one has ever realized its true meaning. Ulrich found the entrance and then hid his findings into the drawing.
You mean he found the location of the entrance, but not the entrance itself?
He found the entrance, saw and felt the Saboren's underworld.
Didn't he set himself on fire?
He did.
Maddened by his failure to find what he was looking for.
He didn't lose his mind because he couldn't find it, but because he did. He went in, and when he came back, he was never the same again. Just like our patron saint.
Vera was wrong. Or she lied to us.
She didn't lie.
You can't be so sure about Ulrich. I mean, this happened centuries ago, and no one in town seems to know anything about it. So how do you know?
You take me as one of those fools out there.
No.
Don't question my words. I didn't have to help you at all.
What would be the best way to reach Pepel?
There's just one possible route. Through the Carcassa forest.
No human entered that mountain for centuries, but now we get there and just walk right in?
I never said I knew the entrance. Once there, you have to figure it out on your own.
I believe I've already seen them.
In a strange, maybe even unnatural way, Pepel is shielded by a peculiar rock formation called Tulove Grede. Some people believe these rocks were once the hiding place of Jadwiga Mazrak, and the reason why Ulrich and the Inquisition were unable to find her.
Can you lead us to the location?
No, it's forbidden to go there. Dangerous too. But so is the mountain, and you don't seem to care. You are on your own, past the wall of crosses. You must venture deep into the forest before spotting the rocks. When there, find a way to climb over or circumvent them, and you'll see the splendor of the Henna spring pool. I believe I've said enough. It's time for you to leave now.
Why would you want to keep it anyway? You said it's damned.
And what isn't in this valley? You have nothing valuable to exchange it with, so it stays mine. I've gone through a lot of pain to get my hands on it.
Come on, old lady. We know it's just a replica. You don't have to lie to make us want it. And besides, we don't need it.
A replica wouldn't have the symbol hidden in the painting. Ask Bogdan Lang if you don't believe me.
The custodian of the castle? He's dead.
Dear God, what happened?
You heard about the man who fell off the castle roof. That was him.
Oh well, you got me thinking. He was a lowlife anyway. And with him gone, nothing ties me up with the painting's theft anymore.
Good for you. We have to go now. Benedek, shall we?
Good luck. And don't come back.
We have no reason to go back to Vera now.
Are you sure?
She told you the same as Elisabetta. She doesn't know where the entrance is. Why waste precious time?
I don't know. Maybe she lied.
What does God tell you to do?
Let's visit Vera first. Oh my God! Vera!
I'm not shocked to see this. How could one live if their soulmate is dead?
A dark and empty basement. Vera left a veil. Yakov found where entrance in Udav is. You must draw Saboren symbol on top of painting, place triangles where peaks are. Line in middle at bottom end, it is where entrance is. I do not know what is location, I just write what Yakov said.
We already know that. She's describing Pepel. Does it mention Victoria?
You have to figure out where location is, but once there, to enter Udav, you must look for place where witches see world upside down. A place where witches see the world upside down?
I don't think I understand.
That is how body of sister, Jadwiga, always told me. Place where witchcraft beings see world upside down. A place where witches see the world upside down. Yes, of course. What else could it be then? The water ordeal.
Sorry?
It must be what Elisabetta said about Pepel. The Inquisition performed the ordeal by water at Pepel. The accused ones were bound by hands and feet and cast into the river spring with a weight tied around their necks.
And?
Think. They sank with their heads first, which made them see the world upside down.
Right.
I did not tell you because of shame, guilt, but body of sister gave birth to Nermin. Jadwiga is mother of Nermin. I am guilty for that, like for my parents' death, for Yakov, for everything. I do not deserve God and his forgiveness. I was in love with man, with family. I will fall further down now, further below ground, into eternal guilt and torment. I brought only desolation to this reality. God have mercy on my soul, and may he help you to find the right path. That's all.
Good. Let's move now.
It leads to the lodge. We have no reason to go there anymore. That path seems to lead nowhere. All I see are rotten tree trunks and naturally formed mounds. Cursed Henna River, lifeless and noxious. The accursed Henna life. The Tulove Grede.
Let's find a way to get past them. Are you ready? Getting over won't be an easy task. I won't be going back anymore. You shouldn't either.
Let's go to Pepel.
Pepel.
I won't go back on those rocks. It's too dangerous for the body and soul.
What a place of beauty and terror is Pepel.
What are you doing? Nikolay? The spring of the Henna River, murky and completely lifeless. The ordeal by water was carried out here, where witches see the world upside down. Nikolay, do you see anything that could be an entrance?
No.
You're acting weird again. What's wrong? Nikolay? Ancient stakes made of stone, just like in the dream I had on the island. Via Cadaverum, the road of cadavers, or as they call it in this valley, Put Lesheva. It's completely overgrown, but on our way back we should try heading this way instead of the rocks. The old road of cadavers that leads to the Grimalda castle. First we find a way into the mountain, or fail to do so. Then we try using this overgrown road to get back to town. Nikolay.
My, what a beautiful full moon night. In a place of great suffering.
What moon? There's no moon in the sky tonight.
The moon is always here. And tonight it is perfect. Such a beautiful place. The yellow color is so soothing to my soul. If it only wasn't for the ashes at the bottom. They ruin the perfect image. The perfect place for the weak and for fools. Via Cadaverum. I think I found the entrance. Follow me. I'm going in.
God, where? Into the water?
Just do as I say. Trust me for once.
Nikolay! Are you insane? Come out of there! Nikolay! I can't see him and I hear nothing. What should I do now? Am I really going to follow him? God, help me. Are we dead, Nikolay?
The monster.
You heard the monsters in the spring, too? What were they? Thousands of tormented souls screaming. Screams so horrible they hurt. I've never felt so much pain. Deep, visceral agony. It seemed to go on forever.
Monster is behind that rock.
You're talking about Nermin?
The king of Saborans.
What rock?
Victoria is alive behind.
How do we get through that rock? Nikolay, where's the rock? Talk to me. He's losing his mind, or playing with mine. Either way, I'm on my own. You've opened the Sekvra book. Why would you do that?
Victoria is near. Alive.
Close it. It's dangerous.
No! We must pass through!
What's going on with you?
Monster is here. I feel it.
How can you feel him?
He's close. I feel it.
How do we get out of here?
Sekvra is the key.
What do you mean, the key?
The solution.
To what?
Key to get to Victoria.
Nothing. I'm not comfortable doing this, but I have no choice. Are these sigils?
Sigils of the 7 Utaloks of Ahrizat.
Utaloks? What are they?
Gods.
You mean some sort of malevolent beings of the Sekvra religion, not gods?
Gods. Gods of Ahrizat, the kingdom of soul slaves.
What do these symbolize?
The gods of Ahrizat.
The moon must be Kasag. What about the rest?
The gods of Ahrizat. Irkur Ahrizat.
I don't recognize this alphabet.
Saboran script.
Can you read it?
No.
These dastardly pages you drool over are getting us nowhere. Close the cursed book. Will you wake up?
Look around you.
There's nothing to see. We're trapped here.
Rocks. Look at the rocks. I believe rocks are the key. And you are right. Sekvra should rest now.
Nothing to see here. Just a dank rock. It's wet, has a peculiar yellow color, and sulfuric smell. Interesting. These same sigils are on that page, right?
Yes.
They look ancient. Must have been carved eons ago.
Sigils of the 7 Utaloks of Ahrizat.
It's full of narrow, deep crevices. They look strange, doubtfully a work of nature. I feel a gentle breeze against my face and throat. It must be the passage Nikolay speaks of. It's full of small crevices, top to bottom. God, the symbols. I see them. Crows, trees, the moon.
Irkur Ahrizat, symbols of gods.
Ancient, just like the sigils on the other wall. I understand. The same sigils and symbols seen in the book are on these walls. What now?
We open a passage.
How do we get through?
We must work together.
But how?
Tivalöba Kasag.
What?
We must get to Victoria.
Open the book. Let me see those pages again.
No.
Why? I can't find a connection with the carvings.
Mother says Sekvra is mine.
What?
Sekvra must rest now. We'll need it later.
He must be seeing Jadwiga. I have to hurry up and find a way out of here.
Adziris Simartle.
Get yourself together, Nikolay. Wake up from whatever is happening to you.
Two must hunt. Two must come back. Two must work together to pass through.
What are you talking about?
Text said 2 Saborans go out to hunt. 2 must come back to pass through.
The text from the book? You said you can't read it.
Mother read it to me.
So how do we work together to pass through?
I stay here, by this rock. You go to the other one.
The other one? You mean the one with the symbols?
Yes. Irkur, Ahrizat, symbols of gods.
Then what? What about those symbols?
You push one at a time. Push a symbol. Then tell me which sigil I have to push.
So if I push the symbol of the moon, I have to tell you to push the sigil of Kasag.
Good, Benedek. Good. Kasag is the god of moon and existence.
What about the other ones? And how do I push them? It's solid rock, for God's sake. At least tell me the names of the Utuloks. You know their names, right?
Utuloks are rising. Matanbal, Ashreor, Nazash, Rashahaz, Belziz, Kasag, Yatkach.
What if I miss? What if I tell you the wrong name?
The king is coming.
Nikolay! His mind is fading into nothingness. It must be the malevolent sway of the book, heightened by this evil place. I'll try to get it right.